Coach, we'll take an opening statement, your thoughts on the game tonight, and then we'll take questions.
Yeah, I'm going to anyone that knows me, I'm going to start with the positive. I thought our defense played their butts off. I mean, they played hard. I didn't like the way it started, but they set their pads in, played hard. I was proud of. They kept us in a game that we had 6 turnovers and kept it close because of them. We put them in bad situations over and over again, and they responded again and again and again. They got turnovers. They did an unbelievable job, and I was proud of the way they fought all the way to the end. So I'm so proud of that unit. I thought special teams was fairly solid other than the one mistake Zahir made, and the defense bailed him out on that one, and they kept us in the game. And offensively, I mean, I don't even know where to start. We had a lot to work on. First half, we moved the ball. Jack was pretty efficient in the first half. Things were going well. We were running it, throwing it. Second half was a complete disaster, and we got to be better. We got to protect him better. He can't throw the ball to the other team. I know one was batted and someone hit his arm on the other one, but the other 3 are poor throws. And so we have a lot of work to do. We got to go back to the drawing board. We have a defense that can keep us in games, and we got to find a way to get the ball in the end zone. And so I was disappointed with the second half of offensive performance, but couldn't be more proud of the way our defense kept us in the game and played all the way to the end. And but we got work to do on one side of the ball for sure. There's no hiding that.
What kind of adjustments did the coaching staff make defensively to really make things more difficult for Rourke?
The biggest thing is our pad level got better. I mean, we were really high early on in the game. And if you saw, it's one of those things that, having played the position, when you get hit a couple times, it's hard. You saw it with Jack. I mean, Jack didn't get hit much in the first half. He's very comfortable. Then he started getting hit, and all of a sudden, he got rattled. But Rourke's last 3 throws of the second quarter, he threw off his back foot with no one around him. And so you knew that he had got hit a couple times. And then, so that we didn't change anything. We blitzed a little bit more in the second half, not much more. But we were getting to him. We started getting him late in the second quarter, and that affected him a little bit. And but there wasn't anything crazy. It was just keep playing with better pad level and try to wear him down a little bit. And I thought, they tried to run the ball at the end. We were able to stop that. They did get by us twice, and with as much man as we play, we got to be better there. But the main adjustment was to keep wearing them down. Coach Espo does a great job of rotating the D-line, so we were always fresh. And once we started getting to the quarterback, it made everything a lot easier.
Pad level, kind of a fundamental thing of football. Why do you think it took, maybe a half of play to get the guys dialed back in with that?
No, I mean, it's a habit that everybody has, both sides. Both sides in the beginning of the game normally tend to be that way. And really by the second or third drive, I thought they kind of had their pads set. They were comfortable with what they were seeing, the checks. They run a very unique paced offense, so you got to get settled and get our checks in because they're doing everything from the sideline, and you got to check the checker. And, as soon as we got our first stop and then we got the turnover, I felt like, they were relaxed. They weren't nervous. We started playing a little bit more man because I thought our corners did a better job than last week for sure. Like I said, they weren't perfect by any means. But I really feel like Lou did a great job of mixing up the blitzes and the zones. And when we did rush 4, we got there. He couldn't sit and be comfortable. And I thought we did a pretty good job tackling for the most part. I know that one time the guy spun out and made a great play. But other than that, I thought we got a lot of people to the ball. And they tackled well, which made it hard on them.
Kroom's long touchdown catch, it looked like it might have been a crossing route, and then he saw that no one was behind him.
It was designed that way, yeah.
Okay, talk about that play
like
design.
Like a climb route, yeah. I mean, basically when you get it too, they mixture of coverage, but when they get them in too high, trying to, if he goes behind the linebackers and tries to get to the middle, the safety will go with him. If he makes it look like he's running a drive, the safety lets him go, and then he climbs. It's a difficult little throw. It's there against 2 high teams. You just got to protect long enough and be able to drop it in there. And so that was one of those that we scanned and we checked. We saw him in 2 high, and we called it. And Corey did a great job of getting open.
That was probably the highlight for Jack's day, which probably was pretty forgettable, especially with the second half. What was your message to him after this game, and did you get a feel for his confidence level or his demeanor after the game?
There were a couple times he got fired up, which I appreciate, a guy that's getting frustrated with his play. And I haven't talked to him yet. I'm going to go talk to him after this. But, he's got the last pick, like the two last picks are inexcusable. Corey won on a corner route and he threw it. And then he was trying to throw a dig. He had to wait one more window and he had to hit it, And so when you're struggling like that, the problem is we had pretty good protection the last couple drives. And he was still kind of playing as if he was getting hit. Because we had a couple busts in protection, and he got hit, and he was playing like he was afraid to get hit, And so getting him calmed down and relaxed and getting a couple completions under his belt was what we're trying to do. We weren't able to get that done, and we got to find ways to get him comfortable and run the ball more effectively. We ran the ball okay today, not great, okay, and we got to find a way to complement our defense because I think they did a great job of keeping us in it.
Ladarius Jefferson looked like he left the game after that blitz pickup on 4th down. Was he available?
No, it's just a shoulder injury. I don't know how serious it is. So we'll like a stinger, So it's I did see him coming off. He said it's feeling better, So it wasn't a surgery or anything like that, as far as we know.
You guys are facing 4th and 7 at your own 17. I think trailing 23-14 at that point. Can you talk about the decision to keep the offense on the field?
Yeah, it's the only way to win, honestly. Obviously, if you want to try to just keep it close, punting makes more sense. But that's why we have a book, and we were in the green box, and that was the way to get back in the game. At that point, I think it was a 16-point game. Right, we had to score twice and get two point conversions. So it was still a 2-point game, but the hardest 2-point game that there is. And we had to go down and score. And so you have to be aggressive, And Lou knows the book. And he's standing right next to me, and we called it up, didn't get it done, and to put his guys were in a tough situation a lot of times, and they kept answering the bell and answering the bell and answering the bell. But we got to be aggressive, because we're here trying to win games, not trying to keep it close,
Like you said, efficient play from the offense in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
What adjustments were you aiming to make in the second half, and where do you think it went wrong?
Everywhere. Our goal was to hopefully wear them down. We've done a good job at wearing defensive lines down and being more efficient in the run game the second half. And I thought the first drive was going great. We were actually running the ball fairly efficiently, and the 4th and 1 hit, and they stunted. Their defensive end slanted right through the B gap, untouched. I don't think Sean Tyler had a chance. I'm sorry. Sometimes you wish the running back made the right cut. Well, he got the ball in 17, was on his doorstep on that 4th and 1, and that was probably on top of, other than the picks, that was probably the most frustrating. You're in 13 personnel, 3 tight ends, and you need a yard, and you got to be able to go get that yard. And we didn't get it done. I got to watch the film and see where it is. But we had breakdowns up front on some of those run plays. But the goal was to establish more of a running game in the second half. Run down, score. Obviously, we'd be up a point. And the first half kind of felt like a normal MAC game. 1-score game going in halftime, And then we wanted to lean on Sean a little bit and try to get him in some space. And once that first drive happened and we got stopped, I think we lost the air, kind of came out of our sails a little bit. We still attempted some runs, but we weren't as efficient till the very end.